How safe is your supply chain from an attack by organized criminals? Global freight theft reportedly cost businesses over $23 billion. In Europe alone, the European Parliament says losses exceed €8 billion a year. And a recent study involving leading pharmaceutical companies says the true cost of loss from the supply chain is up to 5 times the value of the stolen goods. If you think your business is safe, think again.
The threat of cargo crime is increasing and is affecting business of all sizes. Intelligence is key, and every week we capture this intelligence on losses, such as consumer electronics, food and beverage, clothing and footwear, pharmaceuticals, tobacco, and the list is growing every day.
Since 1997, the Transported Asset Protection Association has been enabling companies all over the world to use intelligence, networking, and the best supply chain security standards to protect their goods in transit. Its mission is simple: to minimize cargo losses from the supply chain.
Unfortunately, attacks on facilities and trucks are becoming more and more violent. The high volume and value traveling on board of a truck or being stored in a facility are an easy target for organized criminals. And even low-value products are heavily targeted by them.
TAPA as a platform then offers us another way of tapping into information that we don't necessarily have ourselves.
For us, TAPA is really, really important to set the baseline of the security within our supply chain. All the partners we work with have TAPA certified sites, and which tells us, okay, there is a baseline.
TAPA's global members are combining their own in-house security systems and processes with the association's incident alerts, crime intelligence database, networking events, free training, and its highly respected industry standards to protect their businesses from attack. TAPA's security standards are one of the main reasons companies join the association.
One of the things that I've always thought of in terms of TAPA standards is that it allows us to have a standard, whether it's in Beijing, Berlin, Buenos Aires, Brisbane, that's the same across the globe.
TAPA's security standards have been created by the industry for the industry and are based on the knowledge, expertise and best practice of its members in protecting the secure flow of goods through the supply chain.
These standards are not made by few individuals who sit around the table. It's not a standard made by a few bureaucrats who know. It's a standard coming from the industry.
TAPA's Incident Information Service, IIS, constantly captures and shares the latest cargo crime intelligence, helping members to plan their supply chains more effectively and to avoid known incident hotspots. It also helps companies to understand the modus operandi criminals are using to attack facilities and transport vehicles, enabling them to put preventative measures in place to protect their businesses and employees. Through its ongoing cooperation with the European Commission, government ministries, law enforcement agencies such as Interpol and Europol, and national police forces, TAPA Emea is proactively supporting public-private partnerships to enable its members to manage risk and operate more secure supply chains.
And clearly the benefit for Intel is really 2 areas. One is common standards and the other area is networking.
We need to put our product out there. And no matter what way we change our supply chain, we have to protect it. And TAPA is probably the best organisation to do that. But more importantly, it's probably the leader when it comes to actual criminal intelligence. The IIS database is probably the leading database that exists in Europe.
But also from a brand perspective, you deliver to the customer instead of informing him we had another theft. So it's not only about the money, it's about the brand as well.
Today's statistics show that TAPA's over 800 global manufacturing, logistics and transport members are 3 times less likely to be a victim of cargo crime than the rest of the industry.
My advice to anyone in the supply chain is, do not become a victim. If a resilient supply chain is important for you, contact TAPA now to become part of the family and ensure that we fight against cargo crime within our industry.
TAPA Emea, setting the standards in supply chain security.